We love hip hop.
Okay. There's a couple other things here that I want to cover. There has been some stuff going on with Jamaican migrants. Okay. Let me see if I can pull up some stuff here. I'm getting into some serious territory here. And for anybody who might be just pulling up now, smash that like button, please. You know what I'm saying? It helps with the algorithms. You know what I'm saying? Helps to get us pushed up higher in the algorithms and show favor to the YouTube gods. Let's see if I could find that from just a scroll through. And salute to Straight Out to 6. Okay, here it is. Here it is. So, Jamaican migrant workers sent back to the Caribbean from Ontario farms after exposing conditions. Hold on. Y'all seeing that right there? Right there. Right there. It's getting mucky over there. And listen, these different places, I've been to some of these places. I've been to Brantford. I know Brantford. If I'm thinking, is it Bradford? It might have been Bradford. There's Brantford and there's Bradford. Okay, one of these little small ass towns. I went to one of these small ass towns back in the days. I think I might have told a part of the story where I was in the reggae club, you know, walking up on a ting. But from those times, I heard like, yo, you know that over here, enough of those guys that are there, you know, dubbing up and rubbing up on the ting. Those guys are like Jamaican guys who come through here. They do apple picking. I started hearing about that. I'm like, apple picking? What you mean by apple picking? Right? Like somebody got to pick them apples and put them, you know, get them ready so that they can put them in the stores and different things like that. You know what I'm saying? But this is where I first heard about, this is like early 2000s, maybe late 90s. When I first heard about this whole Jamaican migrants or Jamaican migrant worker thing going on here in Toronto, or in Ontario at least, not Toronto. All right. So let's see what they're saying here. Let me see what he put in the caption here. Jamaican migrant workers were sent back to the Caribbean from a farm in Ontario earlier this month after holding a one-day strike in protest of their workplace conditions, prompting the Canadian government to review the circumstances of their early departure.
The wrong way to be doing this, okay? It puts me in a bad spot and tell me I know exactly every single person in this goddamn room. Okay? This is not the way you do things. I know.
He's pissed.
We love hip hop.
You've been sitting all spring and now it's time to go and this is the way I'm treated. You know what, guys? That's no problem. That is no problem. You guys use that word a lot in Jamaica. That's no problem. This is no problem. Don't worry. We're going to have this fixed. If you choose not to work today, that will be a problem.
So basically right here, this is, I guess, one of the bosses. And you know where else I heard about this phenomenon, right? In Kingston. Okay, when I was over there doing my time over there in Kingston, like, they're like, yeah, enough of the people out here, they get from Jamaica to come down here and work in the farms and different things like that, right? But this guy right here is just going off on their workers.
Okay? Everybody was scheduled to go to work today. I have a schedule day in and day out for you, man. Some days you're working, some days you're not. You don't pick and choose the days you want to work. That's not the way this works.
That's kind of a fact.
Does anybody have a problem with my schedule? Does anybody have a problem with my schedule?
We don't have no problem with your work.
No, I'm asking about my scheduling.
No.
The wrong way.
All right, let me read the rest of this caption here. The workers arrived in Canada in spring and were initially scheduled to remain at the produce farm in southwestern Ontario until the fall, but were sent home on August 8th, at least 2 months ahead of schedule.
No, that's not
I'm asking, do you have a problem with my scheduling? It's a simple question.
What?
You have a problem with my authority?
The days I have men scheduled to work and the days I have men to be off. Do you have a problem with the way I schedule men in?
Is he saying men's or men?
wrong way to be.
No, we just have a
I'm asking, do you have a problem with my scheduling? It's a simple question.
What?
My scheduling. The days I have men scheduled to work and the days I have men to be off. Do you have a problem with
Yeah, he did say men's. He's trying to speak their language.
the way I schedule men in?
No, I don't have a problem with that.
That's good.
You got a problem with the water coming around your bathroom?
Yeah, you know what? I have a big problem with it too. Because this is my building. This is private property. I'll tell you something. No. Let's talk about that for a second.
Wow. So for anybody who needs a translation, I'm just reading the comment right there. I'm not laughing at the situation. I'm laughing at the comment right there. Road to Success is Adam22 at the No Jumper morning meetings. Yo. That's crazy. For the people who need a translation, man was like, yo, we do have a problem with the way the water is working over here in the building. And he's like, yo, listen, I got a problem with that too. Okay. Calm down, boss.
This is my building. This is my farm. Okay? I don't like seeing my buildings being treated the way they get treated. No, that's right.
Man's talking back.
This is what we got.
No, we just have a
Man's talking back. Let's see if there's an article on this. Let's see if there's an article on this or if they're suppressing this. Jamaican migrant workers. We'll put a full title in there to make sure so that, you know, well, Friday, you didn't even barely check. No, let's check. Sent home. Make sure. Okay. They're covering it. Jamaican workers expelled from Ontario farms after protesting poor conditions. Let's go. Let's talk about it. Whew. Okay, so Canadian and Jamaican governments looking into allegations of workers' mistreatment. The Canadian and Jamaican government are investigating allegations that an Ontario farm sent a group of Jamaican migrant workers. Hold on, y'all seeing this properly on the screen before I start spitting? A group of Jamaican workers home after they held a one-day strike to protest what they describe as substandard living conditions. Pernell Charles Jr., Jamaican Minister of Labor, says he met 4 of 5 workers in question after a local news reporter they'd been expelled from Canada, payback for their work stoppage, and for blowing the whistle about the treatment to the media. They expressed to me that they were disappointed with being returned early, which I think is normal and understandable. And they have some questions as to exactly what the reasons were, Charles told the reporter here. One of the young men said that they were going back to the same farm for 6 years, and then that time they've been told that he operated very efficiently. So he was shocked that he was sent back. Okay. The men were in Canada as part of the federal government's seasonal agricultural worker program, MAJA, a spokesman for the Employment and Social Development Canada says that the Canadian government is working with the Jamaican counterparts in investigating the allegations. Okay, so the video shows overflowing toilets, flooded living quarters. What video? Is there a video? Jesus, Murphy. That's what it looks like in there? Hold on, let's go back. That's how they're treating the man then, bro? One second. There we go. So this is the floors in the place. Mans are walking around with and this is the video that we were looking at earlier with homeboy right here.
This is the wrong way to be doing this.
All right.
Okay? It puts me in a bad spot and tell me, I know
The
exactly.
one that you guys called out in 22. Y'all got
No,
chill.
I'm asking about my scheduling.
No, we just have a problem.
I'm asking, do you have a problem with my scheduling? It's a simple question.
What? What's it?
Right. What else did they find wrong? The third video shows a man in a baseball cap with identification. Okay, so they're describing the yelling. What else is in here? Overflowing toilets. Okay, what is this here? Okay, the Jamaican overseer first reported on the allegations in June. The newspaper quoted workers at the farm who said the boss had berated them for refusing to work after he had already cramped living quarters flooded with wastewater from overflowing toilets. Yuck. Bro. So you're telling me that these guys got sent home because they were complaining because they have to walk around in shit water. Ah, I see. Okay. So the man them and the gal them don't want to work where they have to smell feces all over the place, all over their rooms all day because basically water is just overflowing out of the toilets. So now you don't even want to use. I don't even want to see what the toilets look like if they're overflooding to the point where it's just flooding the spot where they're living, which is already overcrowded. All right, let me get this out of the background here. Let me use this right here, which is already overcrowded.
Doing this.
Right? But if you complain about this, we're going to send your ass home. Holy. This is the type of stuff that like, and I'm not trying to create any type of separation or anything like that because we're all together out here. You know what I'm saying? But these be the evil whites. Like, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the type of stuff that makes people have that type of distrust. Like our people, you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys make it bad for the rest of the white people, fam. Like, bro. Because I know that it's not like that as a monolith. You know what I'm saying? But then when you got these bad actors, you're like, bro, what is up with you guys? Like, you're trying to tell me they're sending these guys home because you're complaining about, like, really put yourself in a situation. Like, imagine you got to go to work every day. You're living at this place, like, you know, you're doing one of those works where you stay in this place for a few months, 6 months. The day that you get there, the whole place smells like shit because actually, it's not even the day that you get there because I'm sure the first few days is probably chill. Maybe day 1, maybe day 2, you start noticing, wait a minute, the water, Brethren, you ain't notice there's a problem with the toilet? Yeah, I noticed it too. Right? By the end of day 2, it's not flushing right. In the middle of the night when people are sleeping, oh shit. One man overfloods the toilet. Then that starts becoming a trend all over the whole workplace. Boom, 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 boom. By day 3, you're waking up and there's water all over the floor. You step into that water with your bare foot first. Like, because when you put your foot in there, a little piece of poo just floated right past you. Was that Winston's? Oh, blood clot. Now you want to complain. But if you complain to homie, now you might lose your job. They send you back to your situation. You got to remember, they're leaving Jamaica to come here because they need the money, or they would have just stayed there. Okay? We're not talking about people who are coming from great circumstances. We're talking about people who are coming from trash circumstances to come in here to worse circumstances. You know what I'm saying? So that they can make some money to send back home to the family. Yo, this is the type of stuff that gets me irate, fam. Road to success. I'm not doing it with no yachty accent. You know what I'm saying? People hate when I do the Jamaican accent. You're not even Jamaican, fam. Shut up. I know. Right? Yo, entertain me. You think they're getting jerk chicken over there? Pure boiled hot dogs and boiled chicken, fam. You crazy? The macaroni and cheese ain't even cooked right. Holy. The hell, fam? How you mess up the mac and cheese, bro? The instructions are on the box. Jesus Christ. They're probably getting mac and cheese where you can still see the powder on top of it when they serve it to them. You're like, fam, you didn't even mix it up, bro. Right? And then after you're done eating, go back to your piss smelling room and wake up and go to work tomorrow. And then bust your back in the sun for 12 hours. And like it. Or you're going home. Man said the digested jerk chicken from last week. Listen, fam. I used to go to a place called the Peel Pub back in the days. I hope that place not open anymore because I might be throwing smut on their name. They used to give you reserved spaghetti. Okay, and that was at a restaurant. That was at a pub. Okay, where people were buying this stuff. So there's no telling what these guys are getting. What's in the slop? I don't know. Taste it. Let me know. Enjoy. Next. Who knows what else kind of debauchery is happening over there in these farms, fam? And then you got this guy breathing down your neck, fam? That's crazy. Yeah, I need to keep my eye on this. We're definitely back on the grind right now. So we're going to be talking about this. Salute to Dusty Wallace. I seen somebody mention here in the comments. Peace Love says Dusty Wallace is losing it. Of course. He sent me this too. He's Jamaican. He's going to take personal offense to this. Trust me, fam. We're on this. We're on the case. Okay? We'll be back on this. I want to keep my eye on what's going on with this whole thing. Maybe these migrant workers, to be honest, I would say they might be able to go back to their jobs. But if I'm them, I'm not going back there until I see that the conditions are way better. It's kind of hard to say, well, listen, I'll just pass on the money. Because like I said, these guys are not in situations where they could just be like, okay, well, I'm not going unless like they were willing to actually stay with the conditions being trash. But once they complained, they asked, got sent home. Think about that. It's not like they left on their own. They got sent home after complaining about it. That's the crazy part. Trust me, we'll be following up on this. You know what I'm saying? Salute to all of the those men and women who were sent home. Okay, hold your head. Like I said, this is something that has been going on over here in Canada, in Ontario especially, for a long time, and out west too. Okay, out west they got that in Vancouver and all that. Like they people fly in from from Africa and different places like that too, and come through and work in the farms. You know what I'm saying? If you didn't know, now you know. Okay.
We love hip hop.